You don't need me to tell you that as a service provider, you've got a million things to take care of. Working with your clients, building your brand, getting new clients, building your network, and that's just work. That's not even talking about your personal life. So it's pretty easy to see how creating and distributing content could fall pretty low on your priority list. Because in the grand scheme of things, when you compare it to the other things on your plate, it really doesn't seem like a big deal. But as I'm sure you've seen, the marketplace disagrees, with thousands of businesses using content and social media to grow their business on a daily basis. But in case the voice of the masses isn't enough to convince you, I'm taking it upon myself to personally give you 3 reasons why you need to be using content to grow your service business.
Those were the movies that had you as.
But one more time, I left. Good morning to everybody. If you don't know me, folks call me Rav, aka the Media Mogul, and I work with service providers to use content to grow their business without creating a whole new job for themselves. My goal is to help you live more creatively, do more of what you love on your terms, and get paid to do it. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Reason number 1. Sharing, creating, and distributing content helps you build your authority. I'm sure that you listen to a particular podcast or have a certain go-to business creator on YouTube whose videos you binge watch all day. Thank you. And with that being the case, when you think about the services that those creators offer, if you found yourself in need of those services, who would you be most likely to go to? Think about it for a sec. No, think about it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I have a feeling that it would be those exact creators. Showing up consistently to pour value into the lives of your audience is a great way of showing that you know your stuff, assuming you actually know your stuff. Many people are afraid of giving too much value to their audience with a fear that they will take that free knowledge and run with it. But the truth is, if someone can listen to your advice that you provide through content and then implement it in their business or their life successfully, they never really needed to hire you in the first place. Why take money from someone that didn't need your help? Now, for everybody else, you'll often find that those that hear and internalize your content will realize one of 2 things. The first is that whatever it is that you offer as your service is actually more important and involved than they thought it was, and that they're gonna need some help making it happen. The second is that they might not currently be in a position to actually implement whatever you provide into their business, but one day they will be. Regardless of what it is that they realize, you've been able to provide them some light on the subject that they didn't previously have. This alone will increase your credibility and authority while also educating the marketplace. Shoot, your competitors might actually be thanking you for educating their prospects or clients. Probably not, but it's possible. As an added bonus, the sooner that you start creating content, the longer history that you have with every passing day. It gives your audience and your prospects more faith in you because they can actually see that you've been in the game for a while. And everything that I just covered actually goes into the next reason that you should be putting out content as a service provider. Number 2, it'll help you increase your inbound qualified leads. I don't think that I've met a single person that wouldn't love to have qualified clients coming to them with minimal effort on their part. And there's tons of ways that you can achieve this: sponsoring events, distributing marketing collateral, running paid ads, and those are just drops in the bucket of options. But what happens when the majority of prospects that you're attracting aren't a good fit for you? Well, you wouldn't be able to realize that until you or someone on your team actually hops on a call with them or begins the work with them. By that point, you've already expended energy on someone that wasn't a good fit with you, and their results and your reputation will likely suffer as a result. If only it was possible that instead of having to weed out bad fits yourself, your prospects could self-identify and not even approach you if you were a good fit. Because you're smart, I'm sure you've guessed by now that it is possible, and content is the key. When a prospect is interested in finding a solution to their problem, or if they know who you are and they're just curious about what you do, they'll explore the information that's available to them about their options before they invest too much time or energy into actually going through the process. If all you have for them is a description of your services and next steps, they're really coming into working with you blind. They don't know who you are, what kind of people you work with, anything about your personality type, or if you guys have any common traits as people. As a result, your sales calls are spent discovering all of this information instead of actually actually going through the sale. Even though they have an awareness of you, they aren't really a warm lead because they don't feel like they know you. They're almost like a lukewarm lead. However, if you have bits of content that appear at the various stages of their relationship with you, you can share this information with them without having to actively invest any energy into it more than once. Before they ever hop on a call with you, they know what differentiates you from your competition. They know your personality type. They know that you're both parents and have the same breed of dog. I want a dog, bro. I want a puppy. And if there's a misalignment along the way, then they just won't reach out because they know that you aren't a good fit for them. And if they like what they see, feel connected with you, and they do hop on a sales call, by the time you pick up the phone, they're already pretty confident that you are a good fit for them, making them much more likely to proceed in working with you. A bonus benefit here is that you will experience higher conversion rates without needing to change anything about your marketing, ad spend, or outreach efforts. And if you ask me, that's pretty cool. Now, before we get to reason 3, guys, if you are finding the content in this video helpful, then please drop a like and hit the subscribe button to let me and the YouTube algorithm know that this kind of content is helpful. So reason number 3 is actually my personal favorite. Creating and distributing content gives you a way of leveraging your biggest differentiating quality. So I'm sure that you guys have noticed that almost every single market is super saturated right now. Everyone and their mom is a real estate agent and also a financial advisor and also a fitness trainer. I don't care where you live, it is very likely that you have a couple other individuals that are in your same line of work in a 10 mile radius. Now, there's a couple of things that you can use to differentiate yourself from your competition. One of those things is price, and I hate differentiating on price because then it becomes a race to the bottom. I don't want anybody to choose to work with me because I'm $5 cheaper than the other option they were considering. The second is convenience, but because pretty much everybody is on the internet now, then convenience comes down to whoever it is that's closest, and I don't want people to work with me just because I'm the closest to them. The third is your offer, and I'm going to be making another video about offers because they are so very important. But one thing about changing your offer is that, well, you have to change your offer. But there's one thing that you have inherent to you that you do not need to invest any money into, any time into, and actually that you've had for pretty much your whole life. And that is yourself. Yes, you guessed it. The more comfortable that you get being yourself and then showing who that person is through your content, the more opportunity you give people that are considering working with you to connect with who you are. Because there's nobody else that is who you are. And who you are can often be the exact reason that people choose to work with you. When I was working in my video agency and even as a freelance editor, I cannot tell you all of the times that people would come to me, get my rates, then go explore their options, and then come back to me and say, you know, these other guys were cheaper than you and they had more experience, but I like you more, so I'm gonna go with you. And honestly, I have no problem with people working with me because they like me. The beautiful thing about content is that it practically allows you to be in more than one place at the same time. While you're sleeping, someone can come across a piece of your content and be like, oh, I think I like them. And while not all of those people are going to be potential prospects or anyone exploring your service, some of them will be. This also puts you in a very powerful position because when your inbound leads show up in your inbox, they already like you and you can now decide if you like them. This helps you avoid misaligned projects and brings some fun into your job, or should I say, keeps the things that aren't fun out. No, you know what? We're just gonna leave it like it was. The long and short of it is, we all want to work with people that we like and that we enjoy working with, and sharing content makes it way easier for that to be the case. And so this has been my 3 tips on why you should be creating content for your service business. If you guys have any questions about anything that I covered in the video, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And while you're there, I actually need you to also drop an answer to one of my questions. If you have a service business and you are not already creating content, tell me what the biggest thing that's been stopping you is, and maybe I will make a video about it. My name's Rav, also known as the Media Mogul. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and join me for future content about content and growing your business. Stay royal.